This is Scott Ryan, an officer of the Missouri Department of Conservation, talking about the rules and regulations of the ponds on campus.
We only manage 2 ponds on the campus for our uses. I think there's, 7 ponds in general on the campus. The ones that the Department of Conservation deals with, we have the one right behind the office here. I think that's pond 4, and we have planted a lot of aquatic plants in that pond, both to demonstrate what plants work well in ponds and which ones don't, and as for Dr. Rushton's classes for plant ID and that kind of a thing in the biology department. Plus they use a pond a lot for their ecology classes, doing invertebrate samples and things like that. The 2 we manage for fish are the everyday pond, pond number 6, which is right here off James McCarthy Drive, and we manage trout. We stock trout in the fall, and also have bass, bluegill, channel catfish, maybe some crappie and other things in there. It's catch and release only, except for the trout, and the trout we stock in late October. The season opens up in November for catch and release through February, and then it opens up to harvest. And that is just because those trout won't survive the warmer water temperatures that they'll experience in the pond, so it's more of a provide the fishery, but then let you harvest because they're not going to survive anyway. The other pond we manage is the one in front of the dorms. It's pond number 2, and it just recently was really redone because of the leak. But we have managed it for bass, bluegill, and channel catfish for special events, fishing clinics for groups, Boy Scouts, disabled users, that kind of thing. And that pond, you've got to have a permit to fish because it's, like I said, it's technically closed to normal fishing, but we do open it up for special groups and things like that. Other than that, there's 2 or 3 scattered around in the woods and things like that. We don't really actively manage many of them. They're really pretty hard to get to with our equipment. We were managing the one behind the Armory on the other side, but now the college has kind of got that one closed off. So that's the extent of what we do with it. A trout, I think it follows the statewide regulations, which is 4.
4 a day. Okay. And is any kind of bait, does it matter?
Yeah, there is a bait restriction too, in order to reduce hooking mortality and basically fish swallowing the hook. It's artificial lure only. That just prevents fish from swallowing the hook and making it hard to take the hook off without harming the fish. Okay. So, we stock it annually. We have a contract in late October where we stock 800 fish, averaging, some of them, it ends up being 800 pounds of fish and 800 fish total, but I think 2/3 of those are basically 3/4 pound average, and the rest are 2-pound average fish. So we have both some small fish and some bigger fish. So it's not like we're managing each pond for different species like we do in some other areas. It's just kind of the only way we can deal with a lot of these with parking issues and with the campus requirements and things. So.
This is Cole Bywaters talking about his trip to Bennet Springs, Missouri for his fly fishing class.
Me and a friend went down to Bennet Springs for a beginning fly fishing class. It was really fun. Never been trout fishing before. I stayed in a cabin. It was pretty neat. The waterfall there was really neat. Putting my waders on, getting in the water fishing, and being able to learn how to fly fish was something I've never experienced before. When I went down, of course you have to have a fishing license, and that was around $19, $20. And then ended up, you have to buy a trout stamp each day, and that costs $3. My friend and I ended up catching 7 fish total, rainbow trout, and on the river there's 3 different zones. We usually just used the single hook, rooster tail is what we caught all of our fish on. Sometimes in a certain zone, like I think it's zone 3, you can use a treble hook, but we never fished in zone 3, we just fished in zone 2. The weekend we went down was a really good weekend. It was about 65 to 68 degrees every day. Friday was a travel day for us. It took us a little over 4 hours to get down there. We fished all day Saturday and half a day Sunday.